Welcome back to WAP Talks. Today we're going over the story of Celebrity Deathmatch. Created by Eric Fogel when he was 28 years old, it was his second animated series to be produced by MTV. At 24, he released The Head, which ran from 1994 to 1996. In 1998, MTV decided to have their own special block of Super Bowl commercials, and this was the debut of Celebrity Deathmatch, with the pilot broadcast featuring Charles Manson versus Marilyn Manson. Fogel will go on to direct a music video for Marilyn Manson, who was at the height of his career at the time. After the success of the first two pilot episodes, the show would officially premiere on May 14th, 1998. Fogel did an AMA on Reddit over 11 years ago where he was asked where he came up with the idea, quoting a scene from the movie Stand By Me where they asked who would win in a fight between Superman and the Hulk. The show would have hundreds of celebrity parodies and oftentimes would have them come on and voice their own characters as they got beaten to death in claymation. They would showcase presidents and even fictional characters as well. Celebrities would come on playing versions of themselves from popular movies. The what if factor is what made the show appealing because virtually any combination could work as an episode. However, the matches always seemed to make sense. Hosting the show in a fashion similar to boxing and wrestling, Johnny Gomez and Nick Diamond were the hosts that ran the show for the entirety of its run. Johnny was voiced by Maurice Schlafer and Tim Thornton, while the problematic Nick was voiced by Len Maxwell and Chris Edgerly. They were often assisted by Stacey Cornbread, voiced by Becca Milch and Charlotte Lusk. They eventually killed Stacey's character and had her come back as a zombie in season 3. She was replaced by Debbie Montanopoulos, who was played by the actress of the same name. She now hosts her own show on the Hallmark Channel. Debbie was popular on the show, and she even defeated the zombie Stacey in the second Halloween episode and would remain on the show until its original cancellation in 2002.
When the show was revived in 2006, Masasa Moyo would take the role as Tally Wong.
Tally would have her own popular segment titled Tally's Corner, where she would interview and even roast the celebrities who were set to fight for the evening.
She was the only co-host who appeared in every episode of the season that she was featured in. You shouldn't be allowed to talk about Celebrity Deathmatch without at least mentioning Mills Lane. Mills Lane was a real-life referee who played a character by the same name. He was a district court judge in the state of Nevada, having his own Judge Judy type show, and he was a referee who attended the Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight, which of course Celebrity Deathmatch later parodied. Known for his catchphrase, "I'll allow it," when celebrities would do outlandish and usually illegal moves in the ring. He's currently 84 years old. I also wanted to give an honorable mention to Stone Cold Steve Austin, who had more guest celebrity appearances with 19 episodes across multiple seasons. With the show being an animated parody set in claymation, the show writers quickly realized that they can get away with borderline any idea that they wanted to at the time. Ideas would get more and more outlandish and over the top as the seasons went on, bringing back dead historical figures with the time machine and even sending modern figures back in time when they didn't die in the deathmatch. For instance, the fight between William Shakespeare and Busta Rhymes has them trading bars back and forth with medieval lace tinges and punchlines. Eventually they start fighting with Busta Rhymes just making fun of him the entire time, and William Shakespeare getting so tired of it that he rips his crotch piece off and turns it into a crossbow. This turns the tide of the fight completely, as suddenly William Shakespeare is armed with an automatic crossbow. He just unloads on Busta Rhymes, who gets scared and runs away, eventually finding himself inside of the time machine. And now suddenly Busta Rhymes is the world's greatest playwright. Meanwhile, William Shakespeare begins living a rapper lifestyle with two beautiful women driving around in a car with way too much bass. As I'm sure you can imagine, this type of show was not free from controversy. There was a battle between Dolly Parton and Jennifer Lopez where they had mechanically enhanced assets. In the fight between Genghis Khan and Gandhi, they're both brought back in time in the time machine, but however their brains get switched, putting Genghis Khan's bloodthirsty mind inside of Gandhi's body, which means Genghis Khan kills his own body and Gandhi wins the fight. In the year 2000, there was a death match between the world's favorite white boy rappers, Kid Rock and Eminem, in a special guest match refereed by Carson Daly, who was MTV's most popular VJ at the time. This fight featured a special guest appearance from Kid Rock's sidekick, Joe C., a rapper born with celiac disease who Kid Rock used to bring around on tour with him. Joe C. would eventually take control of the fight, but not first before killing Eminem by getting punted to the ceiling by Eminem, landing through his body, and then shitting his head out. He would use Eminem's decapitated body and kill Kid Rock, and that's how that episode would end. Joe C. was voiced by Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Despite being canceled, the show was eventually brought back for a second attempt. The revival of the show was basically the original concept on steroids. It would continue to offensively portray and parody pop culture icons and just went over the top with their ideas and iterations. While it was still humorous, it did brand and spin off to various PlayStation video games, which people did buy but maintained overall a poor reception towards. The show would survive for only a year when it was attempted to be revived from 2006 to 2007 and never be brought back again. Ice Cube of all people would tease a revival, and we've yet to hear anything of that. Eric Vogel said in the AMA that anything is possible, and again, that was over 11 years ago. Shows like Celebrity Deathmatch have a special place in the hearts of kids who grew up in the 90s, and even a couple of us who were in the 7th grade and saw it on MTV when they were trying to be edgy in 2006 to 7. But for now, it remains one of those TV shows that's just like, I guess they could bring that back, but they probably shouldn't. The show was set in stop motion claymation in the beginning. These days it would probably be in CGI. It might be hard to replicate the same type of charm and not piss everybody off, but I guess anything is possible. And I would probably watch it. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.